I would like to welcome Penelope Oliver, a Sacramento native, to our My Mental Health Journey series. She is the executive director and founder of the nonprofit All Access Arts, as well as United States presidential scholar, activist, policy director, poet, and journalist. So welcome, Penelope.
Thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here.
We are excited to have you. First off, I'd love for you to tell us a little bit more about All Access Arts, what it is, who does it serve, and what's the impact.
Yeah, so I've always loved arts. I've always found myself to be really calm and composed and like a great healthy coping mechanism. Even if you're not necessarily like good at art, like it's really fun to do, and it relaxes you. So about 2 years ago, I volunteered a lot, so I noticed the impact. And I noticed a lot of kids weren't getting an arts education or just simply like the access to the arts as casual as like coloring, even. So through a grant through Chalk It Up, I started All Access Arts, or a 501(c)(3) nonprofit, and we do youth programming now. We've kind of expanded to do like purposeful play, civics, theater, dance with a super casual approach. We mostly serve homeless children and refugee children. So we have programs on that. We also do programs at Gigi's Playhouse Sacramento, which is a Down syndrome achievement center. But mainly we focus on unhoused youth. So we have had programs at like VOA, and other family shelters and different centers, really focusing on just like having a consistency of like every single week we'd see the same kids, and making sure that they knew that they felt supported and really create like kind of a chosen family within program and casual activities, field trips. We also have different partners. So, for instance, over the summer at Mustard Seed, we had Family Slime Company come and do like slime with the kids, completely free. Or one of my favorites, Only Sunshine Sanctuary, brought bunnies. And it was like a great like little bunny therapy. We all just were like in a corner, like playing with the bunnies. And it really was just awesome, like connecting with the kids and also just providing some, resources, some calm, and just really being like down to earth, happy, showing up your authentic self. And the kids really pick up on that. And you get to form these really cool relationships, and also with the teenagers in programs as well.
That's awesome. I love how you have different programs in place. If kids have different activities that they want to try, you have access to that. Thank you.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things because we don't like forcing a kid to do something. So, like, it's as simple as we have STEM blocks like space building in this section. And then I can also teach you how to paint or like color. And honestly, casual, I think the kids really pick up on it. We see them visually like relax. We love just chatting with the parents. Honestly, I think at the core, it's like just connection. And like, I can't stress that this enough to other youth and to everyone watching out there. Like, we have so much in common, and you really can't tell when someone's homeless or their situation. And just talk to them and just talk with people and really connect, because you'll realize we have a ton in common and we're all really similar. So yeah, definitely encourage everyone to like volunteer as well.
I love that. So, was there a personal motivation for you behind starting All Access Arts?
Yeah, I think through rough times in my life, like art has always been something where I felt I could relax, or even not necessarily like art, like making something, but like even listening to music, very simple things like that. I've always like loved doing. But it's also like, an opportunity to really connect and ground yourself. So I think that's definitely inspired me, because I've always seen like when I'm stressed or when I'm anxious, like art or listening to music like really calms me. And really like it's just a great like therapeutic like coping mechanism. So that was definitely the inspiration. And then once we started doing like art events, I would see the kids pick up on that as well and like really calm down, from coming from all these like terribly traumatic situations. They really like just like simple watercoloring. Like, I noticed behavioral changes as well. And it just became something where I'm like, wow, this is really, there's a big need. It was totally like an accidental like nonprofit, in the sense that I kind of I mean, I saw something that needed to be changed, and there wasn't something already out there. And there was also an opportunity, like I never like sought out to like found a nonprofit per se. It just kind of happened. Yeah, and that's I think a beautiful thing how it like was like a little just like how it happened and how it occurred.
That's awesome. It was like a passion project, it was something you were passionate about and wanted to share with others. And I think art is a really cool thing because, as you said, it's very therapeutic. Like you don't have to be the best artist to get something from it. That's awesome. So thank you for sharing that. And I would love to hear about your upcoming programs. Are you what you're establishing through your nonprofit?
Yeah, so since the closure of VOA, the family shelter, we've been working to try and find a solution to have programming for kids now that the children are being sent to like motels or a lot of them still on a wait list to get into a shelter through the city, who are sleeping in their cars or couch surfing, who are served through programs like at Loaves and Fishes and Mustard Seed. In addition to like the motel voucher program, there weren't any children's programs offered. So what we plan on doing and what we're really working hard is creating a program for children who are experiencing homelessness, both on the waitlist to shelters, motel program, along with like refugee kids through the Arabic cultural. Okay, wait, I'm forgetting the name of it. It's called ACES. But they do incredible work welcoming the refugee community and then other kids in the community and kind of just opening it up and making it a safe space like weekly. We're currently working to like find a location and transportation and all those details, but we're really excited that it's moving forward. It's extremely, extremely hard to establish programs, and we're always looking for partnerships with the city, the county, different nonprofits, in like the establishment of a program before we get started, but also once we get started, everyone can make an impact and we hold the power to like the simple things as creating a safe space can really change the trajectory of someone's life. So I really encourage anyone who's like interested, like please reach out. We're always looking for collaborations, we're always looking for help, and we're always looking for just like honestly people who want to make a difference.
That's awesome. It sounds like you have some really exciting new initiatives that are going to be coming up with your nonprofit, and I'm excited to see everything you do. Um, so you've talked a lot about your work, and I can tell that you are extremely passionate about what you do. What is the thing that you find most rewarding about being in the nonprofit world?
Honestly, there's so many times where it's incredibly stressful or it's really hard. Like there's a lot of loss and turnover, and you're just trying so hard, and you get burned out. So it's definitely not easy. But I would say the most rewarding thing is once you're with the kids and connecting, and like once you've made, once you've gotten there and you're like establish a program, that's everything. And it's a simple things as like we did a field trip to the Capitol and just seeing the kids at first be a little nervous and then afterwards realize that their voice matters and they can make an impact in whatever they want to change in the world. So definitely just being with the kids and the parents and learning from them, honestly. Like I can't stress enough how much I've learned from the kids and just how much like how awesome these teenagers as well in the programs are, who are experiencing homelessness and are just so down to earth, so funny, and have these great personalities. Like, honestly, it's just great to be with the people in the community and doing that work.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing with us a little bit about All Access Arts and you are accomplishing through that. You're making a great change in the community. So I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I really can't, like, I'm so grateful to everyone doing work in the community and especially impacted communities leading those efforts. It's incredible and just so inspirational to see everyone else and just really passionate people who do it because they have no skin in the game and they just want to make a difference. So constantly inspired by those around me in the Sac area.
Well, thank you. You are making a big difference. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about my mental health journey, which we have some questions for you about that. So this journey started at the Steinberg Institute as an opportunity for us to highlight the personal journeys of people in the community. We focus on mental health areas, including challenges, opportunities, and successes that shaped who they are and what they do. So I'd love for you to tell us about your own journey with mental health and how it guides the work you do today.
Yeah, I think really we have to start off by thinking like everyone has a mental health journey, which is what I love about you featuring this. And no one can really see how someone's struggling, but we all have a mind, we all have a heart, we all feel things, we all go through tough times. And I find like, especially the more compassionate and kind someone is, the harder sometimes they struggle. So, I mean, obviously I've struggled like throughout my life, and I feel like you have to be very open with that, especially working in the community. You have to be like, yeah, like nothing's perfect, nothing's what it seems. So, I mean, I've never been a typical or like fit into like a mold of a stereotypical like teen or kid. And yeah, that comes with challenges. Like I've been bullied. I've been, everyone's trying to tear you down. But at the same time, the things I found that really helped me, become blossom to like the person I am now, but also just like continue my work is really making great friendships with people and lifting each other up. And then over time, trusting that you will find your community, even though it's hard to find people who support you and your work. So that's what I would say, like, my overall mental health journey has been. Like, just, it takes time to authentically be yourself, and it takes time to find the confidence, and really, like, the strength to show up as who you are in this world when you're a little bit different or when you don't fit these stereotypical, like, roles or molds of whatever the world thinks you should be.
Yes, exactly. And I think what is so unique and cool is you're talking about, how it is important to be involved with the community that lifts you up, and you're providing that for other people. I think, as you said, the connections with other individuals is so important for people's mental health, and you are giving others through your nonprofit that access. So that's an amazing thing.
Thank you. I'm honestly just honored that I have the opportunity and the ability to do so, and really just thankful for everyone who makes this possible with All Access Arts and chalk it up for the grant, because it's incredible, and just to everyone doing work in the community as well.
Yeah. And with your work, as you said, there obviously is times of stress. You're running a nonprofit. So how do you prioritize your own mental health? Like, do you have a certain routine you follow that helps you kind of de-stress?
Yeah, so one of my favorite things is scheduling time and just always finding time for my friends. Because I just feel honestly like there's the part of me who does activism, there's a part of me who does, my professional side, but I'm also just a homegirl. Like I love hanging out with my friends and playing games or going to the mall and stuff like that. So for me, always spending time throughout the week with my friends, even if it's like a FaceTime debrief or sending each other memes and reels, and really being open and transparent. I think I'm really thankful to have a great group of friends where we do talk about our mental health and where we do talk about our life. And it doesn't have to be like anything deep or like opening up per se, but like just starting off with talking to your friends about like how you feel like about a test or hyperacademia or like college applications or the pressure you feel, really leads you to like connect with your friends on a different level. And I'm so grateful to like have my friends where we can just call each other and be like, oh my God, you won't believe this. But it takes time to find that community. So that's definitely one thing, that I've always like been really grateful to have. And you're not always going to have those friends as well. Like you have to, again, it takes time to build your community and find your people. The other things I love to do is I love to like listen to music. I love to write. Poetry is a great way for me to express myself. I love to read, but I love hanging out with my cat. Like even if it's just watching a really funny TV show with him on my lap, gotta have some time with my kitty cat.
This is an impromptu question, but what is your cat's name?
His name is Teddy. He's a gray tabby, and he's very large. So we call him a
Yep.
baby raccoon because he's pretty huge.
Oh my gosh. Yes, spending time with your pets is important. I have a dog of my own, and I definitely love any time that I get with him. So you mentioned how it's important for you to like talk to your friends and be transparent about your mental health. Why do you think in general it's important for others and, everybody to talk about mental health rather than, just keeping it in?
I mean, it's a part of our lives. It's like quite literally a part of our body. It's our brain. Like it really needs to be destigmatized to the point where it's like normal because it is. We all are going to struggle. We're all like, there's nothing's going to be perfect. So I think honestly, like when you open up first off to like your friends, it provides the opportunity for them to open up in a safe space for them as well. But it also just allows you to like connect and understand each other on a different level. And I think it would be really hard. Like, there's you got to be real. You really have to be real and authentic. And especially if you're only talking to your friends about like the good stuff that happens. Or like the highs, you got to have people who are there for the lows as well.
Yes, that's a very good point. Like, as you said, our mental health is health. Our brain is a part of our body just as much as, like your arm is. And it's important to talk about it just like your physical health. So it's great to see people out there destigmatizing and understanding the importance of talking about mental health. Penelope, thank you so much for sharing your time and insight. Is there anything else you want folks to know about you or All Access Arts?
Honestly, I just would love folks to know that their voice matters and just encourage them to get involved in any way and know that like the smallest impacts mean the world to people. So volunteering, like I really encourage one of my favorite things to do is write and make cards for different nonprofits. So there's like love for our elders. Um, Really like the smallest things can brighten someone's day. Just be kind, appreciate people, love each other, and really treat everyone with respect and really just be kind to one another. Um, but also be compassionate to others' struggles and really be there for each other.
Those are words to live by. Thank you so much, Penelope, for being here with us today and being a part of our series called My Mental Health Journey.
Thank you so much for having me.